Hi, this is Jim McMeekin with Wilson Hyundai with another Service Minute. Today I'd like to explain to you some of the steering wheel controls that are on the new Hyundais, and I will kind of walk you through it because it can be very confusing because there's so many buttons. And as you can see, there are a variety of different controls. Obviously Bluetooth, the mode button indicates whether it's AM, FM, or Sirius satellite radio. And you can press that button to control the radio band and frequency. Obviously you can see the volume up or volume down, and the mute button in the center that you hit by just pressing mute. And then the Bluetooth buttons that are involved. Here's your Bluetooth button for voice activation commands, also to receive an incoming call and to end or hang up on a call. Over on the right hand side of the steering wheel, you see your cruise, which will turn on and off, and when you turn it on, you'll see the green cruise button appear. And then if you want to set a certain speed, simply push this lever down and this button up to increase the speed if you want to. A lot of times as I'm driving on the interstate, I'll use this button to adjust my speed as I'm coming up, so that of course on cruise, anytime you hit your brake, it snaps the cruise off and takes away the cruise. The OK button is for other things as well. In terms of this, primarily uses this function, and this is your information button. What it does is it'll provide you a variety of different display information on the screen, and I'll just scroll quickly through some of it. Right now I'm on the digital speedometer, but for instance, if I wanted to check my tire pressure, I could do so. Each one of these areas, also the user settings, you can scroll up or down as you need to. So for instance, if you wanted to set the service interval, or if you wanted to check sound, or you wanted the door locks to engage when you shifted the car into drive, you could do all of those things as well. The driver assist right here that I'm on is basically, I'm going to get back to it. The driver assist allows you to turn on your rear cross traffic alert, or to deactivate your blind spot indicators that are located in the side mirrors. So for instance, if you did not want the car letting you know if somebody was in your blind spot through that little light in the side mirror, you could turn that off, and this would allow you to do it. I'm not sure why you'd want to do that, but some folks it annoys, and that's how to do that. But for instance, if you wanted the door locks, you could auto lock it, auto unlock it. You could check it so that you have to press it twice to unlock it on the remote fob. The smart trunk, you also need to engage. Now what that is, the smart trunk will actually, if you stand with many of the new Sonatas and new Hyundais, and if it is a push button start car like the one I have here, if you will stand behind the trunk for 3 seconds with the fob in your pocket, it will recognize that fob and it will open the trunk. So if your hands are full of groceries, you don't have to fumble around for a key. But in order for it to work, when you buy the car, you have to engage it. You have to through the settings, let the car know that you want to activate that. Otherwise, if you just buy the car and you don't go and do that, it will not activate. That smart key won't activate. So that's one of the things that some of my clients have issues with. They'll bring the car in for service and say, hey, I thought this was supposed to have a smart trunk on it, and generally it's simply because they haven't activated it through the user settings. Let me go back here too, and for instance, if you wanted the lights to stay on, with the headlight delay, if you wanted the headlights to delay for up to 120 seconds after you get out of the car, it can do that. If you wanted to have a welcome light, turn on the interior lights when you open the door at night, or when you unlock the car, it can do that as well. And so also for sound as well, the car can make a welcome sound when you start it up or when you enter in. But again, you have to activate that by pressing the OK button here on the user settings. And then for convenience, The wipers and lights display, the gear positions, icy road warning. So if you want the car to let you know, the car is smart enough to detect what the temperature is outside. And if the temperature is less than 40 degrees, it will give you a warning on the instrument panel that indicates that you need to watch out for icy roads. You can activate that or deactivate it as you need to. And then every time you have your oil changed, the technician should go into this area, which is the service interval, and enable the service interval, so it can tell you when you need an oil change, but he should also adjust it for the next service interval. We recommend an oil change every 5,000 miles in the service department. It's just easier for our clients to remember if it's at 5, 10, 15, and 20. We recommend a tire rotation, again, every 5 to 7,500 miles as well. You can adjust the interval or you can reset it, as you can see right there. And then there are all kinds of other things as well. You know, you can do a fuel economy, you can do a temperature unit in terms of Fahrenheit versus Celsius. You can also have tire pressure as well. So it'll in PSI, KPA, and all kinds of neat stuff like that. So there's a lot of great useful information that is involved here on the instrument panel. For instance, if I hit this is a digital speedometer. It will give me my fuel economy. It gives me my trip info. And if I want to reset it, if I'm about to take a trip to Dallas, for instance, and I want to know the fuel economy that I'm getting right there, I simply hit OK, hold the button down, and it changes everything to 0 to give me that information. And then also the tire pressure, it will display the tire pressure should I want it involved there. So a lot of great useful information, as I have mentioned to you. But I love the digital speedometer, and I use it a lot in my own car. And so hopefully today that's helped you kind of understand some of the steering wheel functions. This is Jim over at Wilson Hyundai, and another Service Minute, and I'll see you next time.